Tonight on CFTK-TV News, a new event made its debut at Riverboat Days in Terrace. Abbotsford's police are trying out a brand new device, and UBC held its yearly robot competition not too long ago.
Northwest BC's only television news team. We are CFTK-TV News.
Good evening, I'm Cael Maslin, and here's what's making the news in the Northwest and beyond for today. The Regional District of Bulkley to Chaco recently made a statement saying that they were downgrading their evacuation order for the fire located northwest of the Chaco River to an evacuation alert. The fire's official number is listed as G41285, and it covers all of the properties between Holy Cross Hallett Lake FSR and Lily Lake Road. The intention of the alert is to make sure that nearby residents are prepared to evacuate if needed, and if any of the residents who live in that area are required to evacuate again, they will be notified by the Regional District ahead of time. More up-to-date information on this alert and fire can be found on the Regional District's website. At the start of this week, the Smithers RCMP were called to respond to a motor vehicle collision that took place at the intersection of Highway 16 and Olson Road in Telkwa. A commercial transport truck and small white car were involved in the collision, and it happened when the transport truck hit the rear of the car, causing both vehicles to land in a ditch. The car's driver was injured but ended up getting safely extracted by the local fire department and the BC Emergency Health Services and was taken to the hospital, where they have since been released. The truck driver has since been charged for driving without due care and attention. During this year's edition of the Riverboat Day celebrations, there is a brand new feature lighting up the festivities. The Luna's Pulse Dance made its debut, bringing music, movements, and community together in a colorful showcase. Helen Asante shares some highlights.
We were really happy to get involved with Riverboat Days early on. They were very excited, welcoming, and eager to allow us to be part of the whole Riverboat Days festivities. So we were grateful. We jumped on that. We thought it was a great opportunity to amplify our community in an exciting way. For us personally, we hope to launch this and to do it more regularly, to visit neighboring cities, to bring a good production value and talent from across Canada, to start amplifying the kinds of entertainment, nightlife we get around these areas. Production company is brand new. We started it last year. This was our first major event under that umbrella. Our team personally consists of people that have done hundreds of events, some in Europe, all across Canada. So we're familiar. But as locals, we wanted to start a local company. And yeah, this was our first launch. I hope the city enjoyed it. We were hoping for maybe a little bit more of a turnout last night, but we have sold out this night. So we are pretty excited, and we think we'll do okay. When the dust settles and we debrief and we talk with all the organizers and the city and everyone else involved, and we see how it went, then we'll decide if we can do another one, but our hope is that we can. If you believe in music, arts, and non-judgmental attitudes, if you believe in pushing into something beautiful and you want to see more of this, support us. Follow us, like us, share our media, speak well of us, and come and enjoy our shows.
Coming up next, BC's latest fiscal year just ended and the returns don't look great. Welcome back. Wildfires and other climate emergencies meant BC's finances took a hit in the fiscal year that has just wrapped up. The provincial government ended the year in the red according to audited public accounts, and the debt has also ballooned. However, the effects of the trade war and the elimination of the carbon tax won't be known for another month. CTV's Rob Buffum has more.
Laying out BC's bottom line for the last fiscal year, the finance minister put a positive take on a $7.3 billion deficit, noting it's $564 million less than forecast, thanks to higher than expected ICBC revenues that outpaced higher than projected costs,
including responding to climate emergencies, housing, and healthcare.
The province noting the unemployment rate was 5.6%, lower than the national average, while economic growth trailed the average. Critics hammering that BC's debt ballooned to $134 billion, up $44 billion or nearly 50% in the past 2 years, and $10 billion more last year than forecast.
Taxpayers should be really concerned that David Eby blew past his own borrowing projections and borrowed about $10.6 billion more last year than the government projected.
$25 billion of that racked up as operating debt in just 2 years, paying for expenses such as public servant salaries.
This is like paying your staff with a credit card. Any business owner will tell you that is not a sustainable way to try to run a business.
Expect that debt to grow, says the opposition. Hundreds of thousands of public sector workers' contracts are being renegotiated this year.
So what is this going to look like moving forward, given that we're negotiating a new agreement that the Premier wasn't able to manage the cost pressures of in the first place?
The finance minister will present the current state of BC's books in next month's first quarter update, when many predict the $11 billion deficit projected for this year will climb, thanks to the lost revenue due to the elimination of the carbon tax, along with the impact of Trump's tariffs.
We are in very challenging economic times. There's just no two ways about it.
Just how challenging? We'll find out September 15th.
Abbotsford is the first police department in the country that's been cleared to use a new device. It shoots a rope at offenders' feet to keep them from running and making it easier to arrest them. And the department recently gave a demonstration. CTV's Shannon Patterson reports.
You're under arrest. Show us your hands.
You're going to have to come and get me if you want me.
Show us your hands. You're under arrest.
You're going to have to come and get me.
When Abbotsford police come across scenarios like this, they have a new non-lethal tool to capture suspects. It's called a bowler wrap.
We aim around the knees for the primary target area, and we say something like bola, 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 or wrap, 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 and we run up and grab our subject and restrain him by the arms. He is restrained by the Kevlar tether around his legs, so he's bound, he's not able to move freely.
Abbotsford is the first police department in the country that's been cleared to use bowler wraps.
The most effective distance for a wrap deployment is between 10 and 25 feet. The ideally is around 15 feet.
Show us your hands.
Before getting the official go-ahead from the province, the bowler wraps went through a 10-month trial run.
Officers who were trained in the deployment of the device were able to use it on the road successfully, resulting in approximately 12 to 15 deployments that resulted in no injuries to the subject and ultimately aided in an apprehension or the arrest of the subject.
The department bought 6 of the BOLA devices at a cost of $1,500 each. There is also a cost to the one-time use cartridges.
You have 2 anchors that have barbed hooks designed to stick to clothing, and they're attached to a Kevlar tether. When it comes out at an angle, lets the tether spread, wrap around the subject, and then bind to the clothing. To free him from this, after we put the handcuffs on and make sure that he's restrained, all we do is simply cut the tether and then safely remove the barbs from the clothing.
In terms of non-lethal tools, Abbotsford police say it has the lowest chance of injury.
We're not saying that this tool is designed to replace anything. This is an additional piece of kit that officers can choose to equip and hopefully, potentially, in a team environment, help them solve these situations.
Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Abbotsford.
A Vancouver man said he learned a valuable lesson after someone stole his car when he momentarily left it running and unlocked. As CTV's Ben Milcher reports, the suspect went on a dangerous joyride through the city, and it was all caught on dashcam.
On foot, Michael Aresta chases his own stolen car down the street.
Here's the exact moment when I catch up to her here. I bang on the window. She speeds off. As you can see here, just no regard.
That's when the thief began to drive erratically, running multiple red lights, almost hitting cyclists here and a pedestrian here. She swerves around another car to drive through a bike lane. Here, she dodges oncoming traffic on the wrong side of the road before jumping the median and getting back on the right side.
I've had a chance to look at a video that is apparently related to this theft. We're still investigating it at this point, but the driving was atrocious. It was dangerous, it was selfish, it was needless to say, many people could have been hurt.
Aresta says he was only gone a moment when he left his car running and unlocked while ducking into a store on Abbott Street.
It was very quick, right? Just a minute and a half. I mean, it's a lesson learned for sure, right? A few seconds, a minute. Like, it's just not worth it, right? It could happen anywhere.
Vancouver police found the car abandoned and still running several hours later. After recovering the car and reviewing the dash cam footage, Vancouver police say they have identified a person of interest, but have not announced any arrests or charges.
And now we're slowing things down, everyone's safe. We're trying to work backwards to ensure that we have the best evidence to give to Crown to support hopefully upcoming charges.
Aresta is grateful nothing tragic happened.
I watched that footage back and I was just so surprised that nobody was hurt.
Police still have Aresta's car in the impound yard, and he's been in touch with ICBC about next steps. Ben Milger, CTV News, Vancouver.
And now we take a look at both your nightly and weekly weather forecast. On the north coast, the night for them will see a chance of showers at a low at 11 degrees, with the rest of the week being pretty much all clouds and rain with one mixed sun and cloud day, and a high shifting from 16 to 17 degrees. In the Terrace-Kitimat area, the area should also see a chance of showers tonight, along with a low at 14 degrees, and the upcoming week will be home to a pair of mixed sun and cloud days that are sandwiched around several rainy days, and the high is likely to bounce between 17 and 21 degrees. And in the Bulkley Valley and Lakes District, a chance of showers and low of 8 degrees is expected for tonight, while the next week or so will start with rain, get sunny for a couple of days, then return to the clouds, and their high is likely to move from 19 to 27 degrees. Checking out the highways now, visit Drive BC for the latest and up-to-date conditions, and as always, drive safe out there. Highway 16 has construction work, bridge maintenance, utility work, electrical maintenance, paving operations, line painting, and road maintenance work. Highway 37 has bridge construction, and Highway 37A is still dealing with falling rocks between west of Mézières and east of Stewart, while also having paving operations. And this is what the roads were looking like this afternoon around the region from the View of the Province's highway cams. Still to come, Canucks ticket prices have gone up despite coming off of a poor season. Welcome back. From Roomba vacuums to drones, robots are playing a gradually bigger role in all our lives. And as CTV's Martin McMahon reports, UBC students are at the front end of that innovation as the school holds its annual robot competition.
From penguins to pandas, the rescue mission is on. Physics engineering students competing in this year's annual UBC robot competition, tasked with saving as many stuffed animals as possible from an imaginary fire in a 2-minute window.
Going through this course, I just realized how fun it is to apply all the concepts, and how it's just amazing how much you can do and how fast you can learn.
The robots are autonomous. Some have even been programmed using artificial intelligence. And while some rescues were pulled off seamlessly, other animals weren't so lucky. Building these robots, an exercise in patience and problem solving.
You have all these different parts, right? And you work really hard to make them work each individually. And you're like, okay, so they all work well, right? Like this launching mechanism, it works well. The claw, it works well. The driving, it works well. And you're like, okay, surely we're done, right? You put them together, you just get a cacophony of issues. And
Some teams opted against AI, using technology that is more established, with sensors similar to those used in self-driving cars like Tesla's.
We were gonna use an AI component. If you look down here, we have a Raspberry Pi mounted, and we were gonna use computer vision, but it didn't end up panning out.
So we decided to go with our IR detection because it was simpler and faster to iterate.
Beyond the technology, the robots name a critical component.
We called it the rat trap, inspired by the torsion springs we're using, reminiscent of like a mousetrap contraption.
It was supposed to be a winner team name, you know, like mousetrap sounds like mousetrap, but rat trap sounds like more official, you know.
Many of the students are expected to go on to careers ranging from quantum computing to spacecraft design. But what they've done to rescue these animals here today will not soon be forgotten. Martin McMahon, CTV News, Vancouver.
While fewer Canadians are making trips to the United States amid the trade war, those who do are being warned to check the fine print of their travel insurance. This emerged after one woman's claim for coverage was denied, leaving her with a medical bill that she can't afford. CTV's Pat Foran has this story.
I was heartbroken and astonished.
Myra Nelson of Richmond Hill says it was in January of 2023 when she went to Boca Raton, Florida to help a friend.
I went to the United States to help a friend sell her condominium in Florida.
Before she went, she paid for a travel medical insurance policy. In Florida, she became ill, suffered cardiac arrest, and ended up in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Now they want all this money from me, although I did have medical health insurance.
Her claim was denied because she had a kidney condition, something she didn't mention because she doesn't take medication for it. In August of 2024, more than a year after she was hospitalized, she got a bill for almost $300,000.
I'm 90 years of age. I'm a senior on fixed income, and I did not do anything wrong.
She was insured with Manulife, a spokesperson told CTV News. Because this matter is now before the courts, we're not able to comment at this time. However, it's important for travel insurance customers to be aware of everything they know about their health to ensure they get the right coverage.
These types of situations are incredibly unfortunate.
The Travel Health Insurance Association says it's important to make sure you disclose every possible health issue when purchasing travel medical insurance.
There might be situations, for instance, where you might think, well, it's not a serious condition. The important thing is always disclose.
If in doubt, check with your doctor before traveling.
To make sure that they're not making notations in your file that might be uncovered at time of claim.
I just need help.
Nelson says she is stressed and uncertain how to deal with the massive bill.
I'm very upset about it. I cannot cope with it. It's very hard coping with the fact that I owe all this money and I can't pay it.
Pat Foran, CTV News.
Canucks single-game tickets for the upcoming NHL season have gone on sale, and it probably won't surprise you to hear that prices have gone up again. While fans may not understand how the team can charge more after the disastrous season that they just had, the team does have an explanation. CTV's Shannon Patterson reports.
A dispiriting effort and a lopsided loss to the Seattle Kraken.
Fans were understandably displeased with the Canucks' home record last season, but missing the playoffs didn't stop the team from raising ticket prices at Rogers Arena for the upcoming season.
These prices are really pricing out a family to be able to go to a game.
Single-game tickets went on sale Wednesday for fans who signed up for priority access. Highly coveted games like the Montreal Canadiens or the Toronto Maple Leafs start at $250. The home opener against Calgary starts at $155. The cheapest tickets are midweek games against opponents like Anaheim or Buffalo, but even they are just over $100 each.
They're playing it the way that they want to play it, maximize the return as much as they can. And unfortunately, who gets hurt is the fan.
Well, I understand the frustration. I don't like to pay more for anything either. None of us do.
The Canucks say the higher prices reflect a $7 million jump in the NHL salary cap.
Part of that is not just about the hockey team with the cap going up. That is part of it. But another part of it is the building that we have, is investing money back into an older building.
This summer, the Canucks are replacing all the seats at Rogers Arena. The new ones will have higher backrests and cup holders, but fans can't enjoy them if they can't afford to get in the door.
Some fans will, a lot won't, and we're probably going to see a last-minute price drops.
While that could happen with the Canucks' dynamic pricing model, this ticket broker is skeptical the drops will be substantial.
That dynamic pricing is a misnomer. Dynamic pricing means there's no ceiling and there's no floor. But obviously there's a floor even for the worst games on a Tuesday night in February when nobody wants to go. That should be a $20 ticket, but still you're looking at $80.
If you buy now, there's nothing under $100. Fans have to hope the results on the ice will be worth the hit on their wallet. Shannon Patterson, CTV News, Vancouver.
And now we turn our attention to how the stock markets are looking as of today compared to yesterday. The Canadian dollar is up 1/10 of a cent. The price of gold is up $37.60. Oil is the same as yesterday. Natural gas is down 7 cents. Aluminum is up $27.50. In Toronto, the TSX is down 2.59 points. The Venture Index is down 1.83. And in New York, the Dow Jones is up 206.97, and the Nasdaq is up 207.32. Still ahead, some history is being made in Major League Baseball. Welcome back. History will be made on the baseball diamond this weekend, as for the first time ever, a woman will be umpiring a Major League Baseball game. ABC's Danny New has more on the accomplishment that's been years in the making.
While the NBA hired its first full-time female referees in 1997 and the NFL followed suit in 2015.
By the way, that is Jen Powell behind the plate today.
This weekend, in a series between the Marlins and the Braves, Major League Baseball is set to call up Jen Powell to be its first female umpire in league history. In a statement, Major League Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred saying, quote, "She has earned this opportunity and we are proud of the strong example she has set." A former three-time All-Conference softball player at Hofstra, the New Jersey native has been working her way up since beginning her umpiring career in a then-rookie league back in 2016.
Their manager, Rick Sweet, was ejected.
In the minors, Powell has built a reputation for holding her ground, seemingly having no problem throwing out managers who get in her face.
At any place of work, it's wild to have people in your face screaming at you.
Hey, just go on Twitter. You can find people screaming at you all the time.
One person who might understand how Powell will feel this weekend is Jenny Kavnar here.
He's going to be safe. Slides under the tag. Joey Burke couldn't get it there in time.
Last spring, the Athletics hired Jenny to be the first female primary play-by-play announcer in league history. Around the same time, Powell had just become one of the only ever female umpires in the history of spring training.
I can tell you right now, this is probably the most uncomfortable thing that she's ever going through because she doesn't want the spotlight on her. She's an umpire. She wants to go in and be fair and call a Major League Baseball game. And I'm excited, though, for that visual. And I think she also probably understands the significance of that.
Of course, at this point, Powell has plenty of experience in being part of history. And here's how she reacted after that first game in 2016.
And then once those pitches started coming in and plays started happening at first and stuff like that, I felt sort of like a little bit more relaxed. And I was like, all right, let's enjoy this now. Let's do it.
That is all of our news for now. From everyone here at CFTK-TV News, I'm Cael Maslin, and thank you for watching. We will see you next time.